Hey everybody, Brendan here. Just quickly want to show you a couple of new additions to the TaT site. So keen users would have noticed the members tab has changed to My Toolbox, and the biggest change in there is My Bookmarks, which we'll run through in a moment. And then I'll also show you a little change in OEM info resource to make that a very usable place. So My Toolbox, as I say, one of the biggest changes here is My Bookmarks. You still have a lot of the admin features here. So if you do need to change any of your settings or anything, this is the place that you want to come. If you wanted to check how you're doing with your My Member rewards and working towards a 6-month complimentary membership, you'd come here. But the big new one is bookmarks. So we're creating a space for you to make your own little library for resources that you use repeatedly. So you'll notice in here that I have saved some items and we can search them, we can sort them, all those things. So how am I getting those there? If we were out here on the home page and I search something like DPF testing, obviously we could be searching a fault code or anything. You'll notice that we have little bookmarks next to everything. So let's say you read this article from Jason here about fuel vaporizers and you go, that was great. I think I'm going to use that every time a fuel vaporizer problem comes in. We save that to our bookmarks. Just the same, a repair solution that you might be researching for a vehicle that's coming in a couple of days. You go, you know what, that sounds very much like my symptoms. I'm going to save that in my bookmarks and it's there. So you'll notice that we can do that for all these items that are here. We could go to videos, go, that was a great video on DPF efficiency. We save that to our bookmarks. So anything with the little bookmark tab there, we can add them to our toolbox into My Bookmarks and they're showing up. And as I say, we can start to search through them, we can sort them. So this is going to be a great little resource for those things that you find you're going back to repeatedly. Another good use for that would be TaT. So you could ask her something. In this case, I'm going to put a quick query into her. That could be to do with a problem vehicle. It could be an office procedure, anything like that. Now, we don't want that to get lost maybe. So while she's having a think about that, we could come back and we could bookmark that. While she's thinking about that, I want to take a look at the OEM info resource. So the way that I've got to there from the home page, if we go to the OEM info resource, and choose on any manufacturer. This is where you want to come to get all your OE information about how do we get to the service portal, costs involved, where can we look up recalls, things like that. But you'll notice we've put in a user notes down the bottom as well now. So the idea here is this will only be seen by you. So you can write whatever you want in here. We know how frustrating it is when you don't use that portal for 1, 2, 3 months. Then you come back and there's that little quirky thing that you got to remember. So fill this up. Any kind of notes about that manufacturer at all, maybe even where you're buying parts for them, anything like that. You can make this your little hub for that manufacturer. And as I say, this is only going to get seen by you, anyone who logs into there. So it's a great place for your workshop to use. We'll go back to Tina. So she's given us a bit of diagnostic direction here. This might be something that you can give to your staff for any diagnostic jobs they're going into. We don't want to lose that response. So we add that to the bookmarks and she's going to be up here in the toolbox in the bookmarks, and we now have a response from TaT that we could go to whenever we want. So take a look, some new additions there in your My Toolbox and the notes in the OE info resource, just a couple of quick additions to make life easier in the workshop.